Our first track walk of the week. As you can see, we've just arrived from the airport, and our world champion over here is fully dressed in apparel, so he's supporting the cause, and me and Neil are looking cool, obviously. So we're going to do a track walk. Neil's never been here before. David's obviously been here, quite a bit, and I went here for the warm-up. So 3 contrasting views on what we're going to expect for the week. So as we do that, we're going to go into the first corner. I'm going to throw it straight over to David, and he's going to talk you through it.
Yeah, the first corner is pretty tricky. You really have to be good on the line here. Go tight over the first corner to get as straight possible up to the hill. I mean, you have to turn a little bit, but it's not much. Anyway, the first corner is very crucial. You need to hit the inside here. Otherwise, we'll end. I mean, at least at the warm up, you ended up like way out there if you missed the braking point. So it's a bit tricky. But yeah, I mean, after a couple of times on the track, it's not the most difficult part of the track, I think.
So yeah, as I said, braking point's crucial, getting your line up. We're going to see probably the track change and break up a little bit, and it's going to obviously change the surface. We're not sure exactly because the surface has changed slightly. It has this dust X on it, and yeah, it's made the surface a little bit harder, but it could break up. So we're going to go over to Neil, who's never driven this track, so we're going to see what he thinks. Firstly, of the surface, and actually, we're kind of help you around here by doing a track walk for you. So anyway, talk about the surface, and then you can do the next jump section.
Awesome. Yeah, I didn't come to the warm-up, but I watched all the videos, and I just thought, what are those guys doing out there? It looks straightforward. And now that I'm here, I realise what they were doing. This looks very, very tricky. The surface, I'm just going to call it car park for the rest of the week, because that's what it is. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be hard work.
Straight in.
Well, I mean, the facility and the track layout look dialed, but the surface looks like an absolute nightmare. So we'll see how it pans out. I know they've just exited it a little bit, but we'll see how it pans out. Anyway, yeah. So first jump section, I think from memory, people was either double single or single double. Is that right? Or just roll single, single, single.
Fix the phase this time, so I think it should.
Maybe you can do double.
Yeah, fair play. The jumps look like the landings look like they've been improved. So,
This one wasn't here at the warm up.
Yeah, you could cut this corner, right?
Yeah. I don't think you can do it anymore.
No, yeah, you don't want to be hitting that. Yeah. Rule 101 of racing: don't jump into the fence. So yeah, try and avoid that. It might be a double single, or it might just be a single, single, single by the end. We'll see how it works out. We're coming down the hill to one of the first, creme brulee corners. I'll let Lee talk you through the next section.
So yeah, our creme brulee. It's making me a little bit hungry, actually. Yeah, this dust X on the top. We're not really sure what's going to happen, but you can already see it's breaking off, as Phil is showing you right now. And you can just pick it up and you move it. It seems like it's been chucked on kind of like. How's it taste? Tastes good? He says, I don't think it's cancerous. Lovely. Yeah, this corner is starting to get a bit rough at the warm-up. I think it's going to do a pretty similar thing. This layer looks like it's going to come off pretty quick, so it feels a bit harder underneath. It might hold up. The next section was pretty hard for me. I think for most people, actually, whereas the middle of the track really broke up. And I've just done a track walk with a few young UK guys, and they said, what'd you do here? And I said, if you drive the wrong lines, you're on the right line. So basically, if you go as wide as you can, almost hit the pipe, and then we were transitioning to the fence. And if you can run along the grass across the back section, that was dialed, right, David?
Yeah, that was when it was the bumpiest we had, I would say. We almost, as you said, rode on the grass. But yeah, we went from inside, or maybe outside, and then inside, and then outside. And we kind of used this little pipe, which was like full of dirt as a berm. But yeah, this was probably the most difficult section, I would say, at the warm-up. Maybe. I think, either this one together with the next sweeper. But
maybe on top there. Actually, there's quite a lot of difficult sections. Yep, keep going, man.
Yeah, I mean, as Lee said, it was very difficult at the warm-up, and I think everybody saw that all of us top guys were struggling quite hard to keep our cars on the wheels. I mean, in the semi-final, I was 1 lap behind Elliott. I basically didn't touch my car for the final, and I almost beat him. So it's at the warm-up, I think it was too much luck involved, for sure. But I mean, I think, yeah, we'll have to see what the surface does. It should be a little bit better if they did it right, as I think they did. They started a couple of weeks ago preparing it with the dust sticks, so I know they had some rain as well, so it should be, I mean, yeah, we have some loose stuff on the top, but it should be better underneath it. So hope for that, and we'll see.
So yeah, we're going to talk. Neil, you can talk for this bit. It doesn't look that hard.
Yeah, I reckon even I could do this bit, although it's still pretty far away from the rostrum. But yeah, nice smooth section. Looked a little slippy at the warm up. Is it okay? Yeah, little medium, little nice enough traction, no problem.
With the heat, it should get some grip.
Yeah, I wonder. Grip roll? Maybe. Right, yeah. So yeah, apparently there might be some grip roll on there, which will be. You were totally wrong. It looked a little slippy to me from the videos, but.
It was a bit like the front digs.
Right. Okay. And then this section, this is probably best left to someone who has actually driven on it, because this looked like a nightmare. This section. So there you go, Lee.
Yeah, I'm going to take over from here. I'm going to stand here and look at it because, yeah, it's one thing I got to say is when you're up there, the track's super narrow. Like you can hardly see the lanes, let alone make out where the bumps are, because the track raises up. The rostrum's not the highest in the world. It's substantial in terms of how big it is, but it's not that high. So the track, like these, if you can see me, these like lanes, I would say they look about 10 mil in your eyesight, like super, super narrow. So you're trying to go around bumps on a 4-meter lane, but you don't know where your car is. So actually using the pipes and stuff help you out just by knowing where the car is. So through here, it's going to get bumpy, I think, again. And it's going to be pretty choppy. But there's going to be bumps through here, and you're going to have to go wide. But it's the next section I really want to talk about, because I think if they haven't put a lot of dust decks up here, this was one of the hardest sections too. You couldn't really be fast on it. You step up was fine, but then you literally had to run along this pipe on the inside. You could go wide, but there was so much dust out there, it was kind of pointless. So, right, if I was dialed, I was here. This was me being dialed. This was me being terrible. So if you can get on this pipe, even like getting 2 wheels on, even on the grass, you were doing a good line. And then this little step down.
Here it feels a lot. I mean, the surface feels a lot better than it did. I mean, at the warm-up it was so soft, so at least it should be better for the start of the week, let's say.
Yeah, as David says, should be better. I think it's meant to rain during the week. I don't know what they're going to do to the surface, but so yeah. And as you step down at the warm-up, if you went too far outside, you either jumped off the track or it was like super strange. The car would just do donkey flips, and you had no idea why. But if you stayed inside, it seemed okay. So then as we land down into here, I'm going to let David talk you through it because it looks tar-like.
Yeah, I guess it looks like they had some rain, as I said, when they prepared the track, and I guess this was one of the spots where the rain stayed for a bit longer. That's why it's so shiny on the inside here. I mean, there is like pretty loose. That's going to be... Yeah. I mean, I don't know. This is probably not the right way to do... I mean, if it would have done the whole track like that, it would have been... I don't know what it would have been like. It would have been very soft. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, this section was also pretty rough in the end at the warm-up. We'll see how it goes this week. And this jump section is also, I mean, this whole section together is probably one of the, is the hardest jump section on the track, because it's very easy to go long on the first double here, and then you don't make it over the second, and it's also easy to shorten it, and then you don't know where your car is going for the second double. So
the landing's better now.
Landing is way better. They made it longer. They put some more AstroTurf. So as they did that as well, I think that this straight over the loop as well is not going to get as bumpy, because where the AstroTurf was like where it ended last time, there became like a big hole, and that's why the whole thing was just super bumpy, I think. So now with a little bit more AstroTurf, it should be more flat throughout the whole weekend, I hope.
Cool. Yeah, agreed. So this is your start-finish line. Typically at home we see them at the start of a lap. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand.
Because it's like I think when they built the track, they had the start finish line right before the long sweeper on the straight. But that's the track. Like the lap is so long, they wanted to cut like some time off in qualifying, etc. So if you finish, you have to go another lap. Now they can call you in, and you can go in straight in. So
fair enough, that makes sense. So yeah, coming through. Right, we're going to let Neil talk you through this. It was dubbed the nightmare at the warm up. So is it going to be a nightmare for you?
I thought it looked easy at the warm up, to be honest, but no, yeah. When I was watching the videos, I think you did e-buggy at the warm up, right?
Yeah.
Anyone jump from this onto there?
Yeah, Swedish guy probably.
That's what.
Max, full throttle.
That's what I saw it and I thought, yeah, you might be able to do that, but yeah, it looks like it's a roller, and then we're on a triple.
Yeah.
It's going to be a triple, yeah. But is it going to be off the side of the track triple?
Well, probably.
This pipe's not going to be there.
So at the warm up, everyone was just running into the side here, trying to clear it, just getting the judgment wrong.
No, it's like because if you have the inside line over this roller here, and you keep going straight, then you'll for sure land on the grass here outside the track, because the jump section keeps turning here over the triple, so that's what makes it
like
a bit more
jump section.
Yeah, so it's a jump section, but it's not a straight jump section. It's got a bit of a kink in it, so yeah, it could be, it's probably going to be tricky to spot the landing on that one, but for the pro guys, nice easy triple, obviously. Followed into a double with a nice landing. It looks like, nice long landing. Oh right, so this was bad as well.
Put the extra bit of AstroTurf here, and then it
I think, yeah, looking at the extra AstroTurf that they've put on all the jumps, it looks like it's going to help out, a bunch. So I'll let Lee talk you through the next corner and jump section.
Yeah, we're on. They've obviously put a lot more dust X down here. They've actually cornered it off with this well-positioned tape, which is blown everywhere. But yeah, you can see it's still like super wet. So obviously the sun's baking that in. So I guess it's soft, so no one wants to stand on that. Because that broke up quite a lot of the warm-up, and it made this double tricky at times. Just getting on the gas, car was getting all out of control before you hit this double-double. This is actually pretty okay. The Astro's very long pile. It's pretty soft. So when you land on it, the car just kind of absorbs it. It doesn't do anything silly. The landing was a little bit sketchy, but now they've made it longer. A bit like what they've done on all the other jumps, which is going to make it a ton better. And hopefully because of that, the next section will stay a little bit smoother and less bumpy. It's a proper pillow though. I might sleep on there if my hotel bed sucks. So, yep, as we come off there, I am going to let these two kind of round out a lap, and then I'll do the conclusion.
Yeah, right. So then we go into the final corner here of the lap, and it's a big, long sweeper. You kind of arrive pretty quick from the double section here. Hard on the brakes, and then...
Will you brake there?
Yeah, I mean, I think so right now.
Start braking there.
Yeah, I brake here, and then I try to keep the inside line for as long as I can. And then until here somewhere at the warm-up at least, I started going out because it was lots of bumps here on the inside coming out. So, I mean, this whipper is you kind of had full throttle already like here somewhere, so it just makes the straight even longer. You are, I'm sure. I was super short on the first one at the warm-up, and I know it was Bloomfield. He passed me on the straight, and I didn't feel like that was the right way to do it. So for this time, I geared up a little bit more, and yeah, I think that's what everybody gonna have to experience from the first round here tomorrow.
Yep, and Neil, what do you think?
Of the track or of the well?
Of the world.
A lot of things. No, it's gonna be a tough week. It's gonna be a week of attrition. Track's gonna change every time you go on. And it's going to be who can remain the coolest and most composed out there, and obviously with the look. And
the look or the luck? You've got the look.
I mean, I've got the look, but hopefully I've got the look as well. So, who's going to win, Lee?
So this is going to be my question to you. See, Bootsy looked really good at the warm up. David looked really good at the warm up. There could be a couple of guys coming in from Robert and Ongaro as well. So. I don't know, and even Burton. Was he here for the warm-up, Burton? I don't think he was, no. He came the week after. He could be fast as well. So,
it's a mixture of about 12 people.
So, yeah, what first thing I'm going to...
Neil was here as well.
Yeah, Neil came like for months. So, Yeah, what I'm going to say is when we're at the warm-up, it's just a little story I was going to say. Afterwards, we did a bit of practice, and it's one of the only times I had about 8 pros around me, including myself. And when I would crash, I would look around and just see people going every 2 seconds. So that's how like frustrating the track was at that point when it got really rough and bumpy. So if it goes to that, it could be a pretty entertaining and rough race. So yeah, we're going to pick a person. I'll start. I don't want to be biased to anyone, but I'm going to go Ronnefalk.
Well, I was going to go Ronnefalk, so I'll go Bootsy. I'll back the Brit.
Don't say yourself.
No, I think Elliot. I think Elliot would be my strongest competition this week.
So there you have it. We got 2 Bootsies and a Ronnefalk. And yeah, we're going to round off. Hold on 2 seconds. Phil, who do you think's going to win?
Oh, I'm going to win.
Phil's going to win. He's going to win in life. So there we go. We're wrapping up. That's a bye from us. We'll come back after practice, I think, and do another track walk, and we'll see how it's gone.